You've probably noticed by now that I've got a lot of thoughts in my head that I'm trying to get through and process and all that kind of thing. This week has been mostly about purpose and vision, and you know what? I will touch on that a little bit this time as well. But for Thoughts Thursday, these thoughts that I'm going through and processing, I've mentioned or named at least two things that help with that, which is to record these videos and sometimes record them again and again and again until I feel like I've got it right and actually unpack the thought well, which seems very effective for me. And writing stuff down, which also helps as well. But you know what? Sometimes one works better than the other. But there's a third idea, which I have touched on and mentioned and, you know, alluded to, but I don't think I've actually named it yet. So that's what I want to talk about today. And basically that is you guys. So talking to you guys about this, not just in the daily video format, but talking to you personally, one-on-one, about your lives, about what you're going through is actually very helpful because it helps unpack the idea more, for one, in my head, but it also helps to show the practical application and also helps people with where they're at in life and then move forward with that or take that and actually do something with it, which is really, really, really interesting. And I guess one thought behind that is the saying, sharing is caring. Because, you know, you don't just keep the thoughts to yourself, you actually get it out, and it doesn't just then help you, it helps the other person, like I just mentioned. So it's really a win-win. So why would you not? Now look, I want to introduce the biblical factor because as I've been talking about this week, I make a lot of my decisions and get a lot of my principles out of the Bible. And there's the idea and the principle that we're not meant to do life alone. And that starts right at the beginning when man and woman are created. Man existed first before woman was created in the Bible. So woman was created because God said it's not good for man to be alone. The idea of church is not a place that tells you don't do this, don't do that. The idea is that it's community of people who are, you know, following God, believing the same thing, that kind of thing, to help encourage, support, uplift and grow each other. It's not a building. It's not, you know, obviously you have a church building in some instances, but the church itself is not the building. The church is the people. Anyway, out of that too, then there's something that I've quoted to many people and actually heard several people quote from our senior pastor at church. So this comes from Pastor Mark Ramsey at City Point Church. It is the saying that he who grows alone grows weird. You know what? I've seen that. It happens. It definitely happens. And you know what? Case in point, COVID. People going into lockdown, people going into isolation. There's some weird stuff that happens. Even just people who isolate or, you know, who are isolated themselves. It's just weird. And if you think about it, like, we really, as human beings, don't do well in isolation. Case in point for that, like prisons with solitary confinement. It's a punishment because it's not how we're supposed to be. Anyway, adding to that then, in my time studying at the Coaching Institute, there is the idea or the concept that our purpose, which is what I've been talking about this week, our purpose is found in service to others. So it's not just about us. It's part of it is to help other people and to give back as well, which I find really great because I really like that. That's probably one of my core values, actually, giving back to others. So yeah, we won't go too far down that one. But look, there's all of that. And I hope some of that, at least one of those thoughts, helps some of you. I know that talking to quite a few of you actually this week, one-on-one about this stuff, the idea of vision and purpose and that kind of thing has been helpful. It's been challenging and has caused some soul searching for some of you. But that's good. Like if you don't come across this topic, if you don't start thinking about it now or, you know, at some point, then when are you going to do it? What are you going to do? Get to the end of your life and go, yeah, I don't really know what I did or why I did it. Hey, it's probably a little bit too late by then. But yeah, as usual, like I hope they help somebody, at least one thought helps somebody. But as always, for all of you, I hope that you are having a great day and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.